So this is the Motagua Valley here in Guatemala. It's a dry tropical forest. It's kind of a combination between a tropical rainforest and a desert. And it's only here in this forest, in this valley, that you can find one of the most endangered iguanas on the planet. I'm on the search here in this forest for the Motagua Spinytailed Iguana. But this isn't home to just the Motagua Spinytailed Iguana. There are a ton of really cool herps that call this really unique habitat home. But we've only got 2 days here, and I hope that's enough time for us to see some of the really cool reptiles that call this unique habitat home. But before we do that, we're heading to another unique habitat here in Guatemala, a montane cloud forest, to find my dream snake, one of the rarest and most beautiful vipers in the world. I'm Dave Kaufman, and these are my reptile adventures. Guatemala has some of the most breathtaking natural beauty in the world. Most people visiting this part of the world overlook it in favor of Costa Rica or Belize. But those adventurous few that come here are in for an experience that will never be forgotten. Kirby, all right? You okay? We better see something cool up here after going through this. All right, so here in Guatemala, we have come across Dakota Mundi heaven. Look at that. There's got to be like 15 of them down there. And check that out. There's a little baby one, a little baby's butt. Anyway, these white-nosed coati are also known as the Dakota Mundi, and they're related to raccoons. They are diurnal, unlike raccoons, and they are omnivores, and they forage mostly on the ground for small vertebrates, fruit, carrion, insects. They were everywhere here, as well as a howler monkey in the trees. Don't make me come down there and separate you. But as far as reptiles are concerned, we didn't find much here, so we moved on a couple hours down the road to the Cloud Forest Mountains with the hope of finding one particular species of viper that also happens to be the most beautiful viper here in Guatemala. The wildlife in this cloud forest was amazing, including this tarantula hawk. But the tarantula hawk is actually a wasp, but it's called a hawk because it hunts, kind of like a bird of prey. The wasp encounters the tarantula and gives it a powerful sting, just like that. And if the tarantula still tries to flee, it stings him again. And now, the hawk just waits for the toxins to paralyze the tarantula, and then it'll drag it to its burrow, lay eggs on it, and when the eggs hatch, the larva burrows into the spider's body and begins to eat the spider from the inside out, while the tarantula is still alive. But then, after it pupates, it bursts out of the tarantula just like the chestbuster in Alien, and continues the tarantula hawk's life cycle. The first reptile we encountered here was arguably the most beautiful lizard found in Guatemala. These are in the spiny lizard family, and females are a uniform emerald color. However, males are much more bold colored with bright blue tails, orange-yellow heads, and emerald green bodies. Hey, come back here. Now drop and give me 20. All right, well, that wasn't 20, but fine, whatever. So this is a cloud forest. This is actually a Kettle Reserve. A Kettle is, if you don't know, one of the most beautiful birds in Central America. However, what is also here is an extremely rare viper, and even though it's downpouring right now, well, I guess drizzling right now, but it was downpouring, but that's not important right now. What's important is that we're going out into this amazing forest to try to find one of the rarest vipers here in Guatemala. Look at this place. It is really dark in here, and it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's all because of that canopy, which is good because it's keeping the rain off of us. But we're gonna take this trail here that winds through this amazing cloud forest. All right, we have to bring our flashlights out during the daytime because, as you can see, that viper could be anywhere here, up in the trees. And it's so dark on the forest floor underneath this canopy that it's called permanent twilight. Again, it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Here's a little clearing up here, but it's going to be very difficult for us to see this viper in such dark conditions. But we are up for the challenge. But as dark as it is, it's not keeping the mosquitoes off me. So guys, here he is. Rainbow Mealworms is not only a proud sponsor of this channel, they are the premier source for all your reptile food needs. They grow all of their quality insects in-house, and I use them exclusively for all my insect-eating reptiles. So place your order today at rainbowmealworms.net or click the link in the description below. This is a yellow blotched palm viper. This is one of the rarest vipers that can be found here in Guatemala. Now, I was lagging behind and I didn't see the catch, and I believe Stephanie found this, right?
Yes, she did.
Of course she did. That girl has eagle eyes, I swear. But even though I wasn't the one who found this snake, oh my God, it is so incredible to see this in the wild. Hi, yeah, and you see me. I don't like you looking at me like that. But this is a pit viper, and you can see that he has those pits on either side of his head that gives it the name pit viper. And those pits are so sensitive that right now he can see my entire heat signature. And he uses those to find rodents and other prey items in complete darkness. They are incredible hunters, incredible survivors, and this is by far one of the most beautiful vipers that you can see here in Guatemala. Just standing here looking at this beautiful viper is absolutely incredible. And you can see by the yellow spots on his back why he's called a yellow blotched palm viper. Now, it just started raining. It was nice and sunny when we started this trek, but it has been downpouring. And this guy doesn't seem fazed by that at all. As a matter of fact, he wants to climb up the tree a little bit, and I'm just gonna let him do that. But these guys are only known from Guatemala, and there's one small population in Mexico. But if you want to see these in the wild, you have got to come here to Guatemala in order to see this incredibly rare and beautiful viper.
All right, Stephanie, so I was off on my own. I totally missed the catch. You were the one who found this. Walk us through it. What'd you do? What'd you see? How'd you do it?
Well, it was raining. The sun was setting. Water was in my eyes. I actually could barely see, and it was kind of dark in the forest. So I pulled out my flashlight. I'm just searching around. Maybe everybody walked past it.
Let's just say everybody.
Everybody walked past it. And I actually was just thinking to myself, I wish I could find something. And then literally I turned over, and right at the base of a tree, half under a leaf, was the orifice, sticking out like a green thumb, like a sore thumb. Yeah, it was incredible. Absolutely incredible. We were freaking out. Holy shit! Oh my God!
This is what we came all the way here to see, to walk through this amazing forest in the rain, get absolutely sucked dry by mosquitoes, just to see this guy, and it is all absolutely 100% worth it. Having found what we came to see in the cloud forest, we drove over the mountain range to the dry Motagua Valley, and it's here that we would look for not only the Guatemalan beaded lizard that we found in last week's video, but another rare species of lizard that calls this place home. A species of lizard that is so endangered that there are only an estimated 2,500 individuals left in the wild, and they only live right here in this valley.
Corey, what have you found?
Hey, this is a baby green iguana.
So the story is, as I understand it, is that the ranger here found this little baby green iguana and gave him to Corey because I think he's sweet on you.
I love iguanas.
No, the ranger.
Oh, is that what it is? No, I think this iguana is sweet on me.
I think he is. But we are well within the range of the green iguana. So there are 3 species of iguanas at this reserve, and this is the most common, and we are on the lookout for the other 2. Wow, what a cute little friend you have there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a cool cockroach. Look at that. I mean, that's as big as my finger. Didn't even need to hold my finger there because yours is right there, but look at how big that is. That's insane.
Looks delicious.
I'll give you 5 Kettles to eat it.
Okay.
Okay.
You ready?
I can't believe you did that.
Not bad.
That was so authentic.
Yeah. You want to see him fly?
I want to see him fly.
Okay.
You don't fly very well.
Woo. That was
He tried.
that was just about as pathetic as can be.
And then, just as our time was ending in the dry tropical forest, sitting on a log sunning himself was the target species that we came to see. The most endangered iguana in the world is the Jamaican iguana, but this one could well be number 2. That right there is the Motagua Valley Spinytailed Iguana. So this is what they look like as little babies. Like other spiny-tailed iguanas, they start out bright green like this. But the Motagua spiny-tailed iguana has these cool tiger stripes down his back and down his tail. And this guy is probably just a couple of weeks out of the egg. But let me tell you something, finding a little baby out here in the Motagua Valley of such an incredibly endangered species, and knowing that you hold in your hand the future of this species, man, there is no other feeling like this. And that's one of the reasons why we came all the way out here to the Motagua Valley here in Guatemala, to not only find the Heloderma species that we've already met in another video, but to find this one as well, the Motagua spiny-tailed iguana. So as I mentioned before, there's an estimated population of less than 2,500 adult individuals left in this valley. And again, they are endemic to just this valley, just this portion of Guatemala. And the reason why they are so endangered is the same old culprit: habitat loss. So like we saw with the beaded lizard and how their numbers are increasing, the Motagua spiny-tailed iguana is just barely holding on here. And hopefully one day, these guys are going to get the same kinds of protections that the beaded lizards are getting, so their numbers strengthen once again here in this valley. So guys, this has been another amazing adventure here in Guatemala. Every place that we've gone in this country has produced something just downright magical. This is an incredible country, and it really reminds me of Costa Rica before all the tourists found out about it. There is something about Guatemala, the wildlife here in Guatemala, the culture here in Guatemala. It is a very different place than Costa Rica, and it's a place that I hope all of you get to come to at least once in your life. So anyway guys, there's lots more reptile adventures coming up, so as always, thanks for watching, and until the next reptile adventure, love the planet, feed your reptile obsession, and rattle on.